Mabuhay at magandang umaga po sa lahat. Welcome to the press conference of the Philippines as guest of honor at the Frankfurt Book Fair 2025. Complementing this press conference is the opening of the From Calamba to Frankfurt Jose Rizal at the Frankfurt Book Fair exhibition. Bago po tayo magpatuloy, inaanyayahan pong tumayo ang lahat para sa pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Maaari na pong umupo ang lahat. Finally, nandito na sa Pilipinas ang ating press conference. Sa totoo lang po, nagkaroon na tayo ng maraming press conference sa labas ng bansa. In fact, there have been 3 press conferences already na naganap sa Germany, isa noong October 2024 during the Frankfurt Book Fair, isa noong March 2025 sa Berlin, at dito lamang June 2025 sa Frankfurt naman. Ito po ay bahagi ng ating responsibilidad bilang guest of honor country. Finally, nandito na, nagaganap sa araw na ito ang press conference ng Pilipinas. Maaari na po siguro natin palakpakan ang pagkakataon. Sa lahat po ng press conferences na naganap, marami na po tayong mga detalye at impormasyon na nalaman tungkol sa proyekto at programa ng Guest of Honor ng Pilipinas. Maraming authors and publishers na rin ang naimbitahan at nagbahagi ng kanilang mga kwento ng kanilang partisipasyon sa Frankfurt Book Fair. But in this press conference, we will finally listen to the voice of the visionary of the project. Kanina po nabanggit natin na magkakaroon tayo ng exhibition opening. Ito po ay sa pakikipagtulungan sa the National Library of the Philippines. Let us all welcome, to give his welcome message to all of us, the Director of the National Library of the Philippines, Director Cesar Gilbert Adrian.
Isang mapayapang araw sa ating lahat. To our distinguished guest, Honorable Senator Loren P. Legarta, welcome to the National Library, ma'am. Natutuwa ako at ikaw yung nakarating. Ang bungad talaga. Aayusin natin ang National Library. So it's budget month. I'm so happy to hear that from you, Madam Chair. To NCCA Chair Victorino Pamanalo, German Ambassador Dr. Andreas Michael Papernoshke, NBTV Executive Director Charisse Gale, NHCP Commissioner, and of course our curator sa exhibit na ito, Lisa Guerrero Lapil, our curator also sa as guest of honor para sa ating Frankfurt, si Ma'am Corina Velasco, our interagency supporters, GOH core team, esteemed guests, friends from India, Welcome to the National Library of the Philippines, and we are honored to host today's exhibition of important documents about the life of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal, in Germany, through the Ulmer Collection. Bahagi ang Ulmer Collection sa iba't ibang koleksyon ng Rizaliana na mayroon ang inyong pambansahan. Ang Ulmer Collection, the Ulmer Collection has been in the possession of the National Library since 1961. The centenary of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. These were donated to the Jose Rizal National Centennial Commission. Itong building na ito ay dating hindi pa National Library. Ito ay Jose Rizal National Centennial Commission building. So, it was donated by the great-grandsons of Pastor Ulmer, si Fritz and Hans. These collections were donated by the grandsons of Pastor Ulmer. So hindi ko na papasukan natin kasi sigurado ako kasi yun yung magiging message niya ng curator natin. So ikwento ko lang ano ba nagawa ng National Library. NLP, as the repository of printed and recorded cultural heritage of our country, ensures the preservation of our collections. The Ulmer Collection was subjected to preservation activities that we implement, such as cleaning, deacidification, encapsulation. In addition, the collection was put into an acid-free boxes and folders to ensure that future generations can still appreciate these original documents. Kami din po ay nagpapasalamat dahil ang National Library po ang inyong napili bilang venue ng press conference ng activity na ito, ng GOH. So, ang exhibit na ito ay tatagal hanggang October 17, kasabayan ng pagbubukas din natin sa Frankfurt Messe. So, para lang po malaman din ng ating mga kababayan, lalo na estudyante, kung ano yung mangyayari sa Germany. So, yun lang po, at alam ko sa mga message ni Senator, mas maintindihan niyo pa kung ano yung ipipresenta namin sa inyo. At ulit, maligayang pagdating po sa inyong pamansaka.
Maraming salamat, Director Adriano. With the leadership of the Honorable Senator Loren Legarda, the PhilGOH core team was formed tasked to plan and implement comprehensive programs for the Frankfurt Book Fair 2025. With the theme, Pinupuno ang Hangin ng Hiwatig, or the imagination peoples the air, the Philippines will present not only the vitality of our publishing industry and expanded opportunities for rights trading, but also the depth of our literary tradition, cultural heritage, and the diverse voices that tell stories of history, resilience, and triumph, which is summed up in the audiovisual presentation. The film is a tribute to the dynamic art industry of Filipino animators worldwide, celebrating their creativity and enduring childlike wonder. Created by Mervin Malonzo, written by Roddy Vera, with music by Chino Toledo, creative direction by Jose Estrella, English translation by Philip Y. Kimpo. Panoorin natin kung paano pinupuno ang hangin ng hiwatig. We are pleased to present to you the animation for the Philippines as guest of honor at the Frankfurt Book Fair 2025.
Sa gabi malalim na imbento mga kwento. Nabubuhay mga alaala. Tumitingkad ang talinhaga sa isip ng isa at ng kanyang lipunan. Sa damyaw ng apoy, ang tagapagsalaysay ay nagkukwento ng nagdaang mga araw, taon at panahon. Mga alamat damami-damin ng mga dakilang namuno ng mahiwaga nilang daigdig. Sa pagkabuhay ng mga kwento, lumalawak at lumalalim ang unawa ng isa at ng kanyang lipunan. Ito ang liwanag na kumakalat sa dilim. Nooy sa paraang pag-ulit ng mga salaysay, sinasali mula sa bibig, dadako sa pandinig, at ipapasa sa bagong salin. Paulit-ulit na tinagsik ng liwanag. Pagkaraan, natutong itala ang mga diwa at kahulugan. Ang karunungay hindi na lamang binibigkas, kundi sinusulat. At ang sinulat ay binabasa na nagdulot ng mas malalim na unawa. Tinig at anulat ang naging paraan sa paglaganap ng kaalaman. Makaraan ng mga taon ng pagsalin at paglaganap, ang daloy ng kaalaman ito ay natanto ng isang murang isip na manghang-mangha sa yaman ng karunungan na malim na't lumago. Niyapos nitong paslit ang karunungan ito sa anyo ng isang munting alon na sumunog sa gamu-gamong na akit sa liyan. Sa puso niya nag-alab at natutuhan na ang karunungay hindi sinasaulo lamang, kundi pinagyayaman sinusuri. Tinitiyak hanggang matuklasan ang isang katotohanan. Bilanggo pala ang kaisipan na siya rin nag-udyok ng papalikwas. At sa sandaling iyon, nasilip niya ang bighanin, kapangyarihan ng paglaya. Ang kalaya ay naging maalab na pangalan ng inaliping pag-iisip na nagbunsod ng pagbabagong makamit ang binibithi. Ang malalim na isang pagpatuloy umuugnay sa mga haraya sa ibang mga panig ng daigdig. Pumailan lang ang mga tipak ng diwa na parang mga saranggolang matitingkad. Ang karunungang bayan pala'y pandaigdigin. Magpahanggang ngayon, pinupuno ng imahinasyon ang pagpapahir nitong bayang patuloy na kinakamit ang ganap na kalayaan.
The Honorable Senator Lauren Legarda is a strong force in the development of the Philippine arts, both the contemporary and traditional, and culture. The country being chosen as the guest of honor at the 2025 Frankfurt Book Fair is a testament to her visionary leadership, dogged determination, unrelenting passion, and steadfast commitment to the protection and preservation of the Philippine arts and culture. At this point, let us now listen and hear the stories that led to the Philippines being chosen as the guest of honor at the Frankfurter Buchmesse 2025. Please welcome the Honorable Senator Lauren Legarda.
Thank you and good morning to all of you. Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. I think we're also online, so to our online media, we're covering this, and we hope and we pray that your stories after this press conference will resonate, because this is the good news that we want people all over the world to hear and to see. We welcome once again our friend, our ally, our partner in stronger and more robust relations between our countries, our German ambassador, Andreas Paparnoshke, thank you. Your tenure in the Philippines comes at the most important time when our work extends beyond climate. As important as climate is culture as well. And thank you for our very operative, supportive, and our shared vision of bringing arts and culture in the mainstream. Ino Manalo, my friend from our college days in UP, chair of the NCCA. Thank you, Ino, for all that we do together. I'd like to introduce the Philippines GOH core team. You may look at the national budget, you will not see an organization, a bureau, as a FBM GOH core team because I created them and put them together. And I selected them so that they will be the core team, the driving force to bring us from a vision to make it a reality. I could not have made it without them. So, Ria Prihino, you're there, always hiding somewhere, is a powerhouse behind the work we do for the Venice Biennale. Hey, what you sit down? Yes, since 2015. Salamat, Ria. Karina Bolasco, yes, my co-TOYM from 30 plus years ago. Yes, and she was the one who sparked the interest in me when she asked me for help almost 10 years ago. Yes. Annie Almario, who's celebrating her birthday today, was one, this is the surprise birthday party for you. She was a member of the board or a commissioner of the NBDB in the Aquino administration, and I worked with them as early as then when I thought of bringing us to Frankfurt. So thank you for all your help up to now, even after your term. And of course, former chair of the National Book Development Board, Nelly Santa Romana Cruz, thank you for continuing the work. Your terms expired long ago in the previous administration. I had to practically beg them, but it was not difficult because they have a passion for the project. And admittedly, when I first told them, I don't think they believed me, that we could bring the Philippines as guest of honor. Yes, but they were supportive anyway. You see, of course, and the National Book Development Board, our executive director, Janice Tugade, if you ask her, in the national budget, they would make do with 50 million a year. For the first time, since I started looking at their budget pre-pandemic, increased, almost double, but these are all accounted for, huh? And these are all good projects, yes? Never has it happened, and I would say that with confidence, that the NBDB had such a huge project, but more than the amount, but it's not even huge compared to the national budget, but it doubled. And your participation in the book fairs had increased. We have our presence, not just in Frankfurt, but in book fairs in different parts of the world, including Bologna, including London Book Fair, Leipzig, outside of Frankfurt in Germany, and many others. So thank you, Charisse, and your team for helping us and being a co-director with Ria Prihino. So this is really a collaboration of the National Book Development, a small agency of government with a gargantuan task. Parang hindi na nila malulok, pero they're there working tirelessly. And I put together, of course, the National Commission on Culture so that the National Library, Gilbert Abiano, and all of those in the NCCA family are helping out in this endeavor. And of course, the Department of Foreign Affairs, because we have the Culture Diplomacy Unit, para naman may tumutulong sa atin sa Berlin at saka sa Frankfurt. Pagpapakilala pa lang ng mga tao, mahaba na. So our director, Andre Peter Estanislao, is here. Yes, from the Cultural Exchange Division. And I'm so grateful because this would have been a press conference and it would have been interesting. But because I thought that the letters of Dr. Jose Rizal to Pastor Carl Ulmer that were donated to the national government and stored in the National Library must be seen by the Filipino people, must be heard through the writings, online and hard copy and video of our media present here today. So when I brought this up to a very brilliant, talented commissioner of the NHCP, who researches, writes, and promptly never sleeps because my WhatsApp is filled with research and photos. I've never seen anyone so quick in research. When I say this, suddenly her brain is in Berlin or in Frankfurt and inuyug-yug niya ang mga ahensya ng gobyerno hanggang yung mga consul sa Berlin just to give me information. So in the midst of all the chaos happening in our country, my happy place is seeing the research of Lisa Guerrero Nakpil. Salamat sa usually ayokong kinukulit ako, pero pag ako'y kinukulit tungkol sa kasaysayan, tumutuwa ako. Kaya salamat. Sa inyong lahat po, salamat sa inyong pagpunta sa Maynila at buti naman ay walang baha ngayong araw nito. Friends, colleagues, partners in culture, arts, history, the literary field, thank you for joining us today. It is inspiring to look back and reminisce about how our journey started. What was once a distant dream has now become our present reality. When I first envisioned the Philippines as a guest of honor at the Frankfurter Buchmesse, some felt that it was far too ambitious, that we were too diverse and too complex for the world's largest book fair to embrace. But I believed then, 10 years ago, as I believe now, that our diversity is our greatest advantage, a gift, and never a hurdle. The Philippines is more than an archipelago of 7,641 islands. It is a vast constellation of ideas and innovation, of ingenuity and distinct cultures and traditions joined together with the tides of hope and resilience. The 135 languages, and I made sure this was accurate because in yesterday's hearing of the Arts and Culture Committee, I asked the KWF if it's 132, 135, so it's 135 including sign language. Identified and described by the Komisyon ng Wikang Filipino, turned into voices and stories of Filipinos resonating around the world, reaching across cultures, transcending borders, challenging assumptions, expanding the boundaries of human empathy. Over 400 Philippine delegates, authors, illustrators, artists, publishers, cultural workers, creatives, will soon fill the halls of the Frankfurter Buchmesse. They all carry with them stories shaped by the currents of our islands, the hopes of the everyday Filipino, and our commitment to build bridges through literature. The courage we have today to engage, to inspire, and move the world should be credited to the intellectual bravery embodied by our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. Rizal was once a young Filipino scholar in a foreign land, searching with an essential thirst for ideas, belonging, and conversation. Traveling from Heidelberg, the university city, he found poetic inspiration, writing poems like A las Flores de Heidelberg. Can you prepare a hard copy of that? Because I want readings after this. Biglaan lang to. I have. Okay, I want the media to read what I want every time. We will do that. Okay? I just have surprises all the time. Sending home messages of yearning. If you read The Flowers of Heidelberg, it's really not about the flowers. It's really not about the protected area in the Neckar River in Heidelberg. It has subliminal meaning. At the time, bawal yun. But he would write subliminally of his yearning for his motherland. In the hospitality of Pastor Carl Ullman. In Wilhelmsfeld, saan ba yun? Suburb of Heidelberg. 30 minutes away. Rizal found the solace and affinity to write the last chapters of Noli Me Tangere. In the Intellectual Society of Berlin, he completed a novel that would reshape and rewrite our history. So, studying ophthalmology in the hospital in Heidelberg, walking every day through the forest to go home to the vicarage of the Protestant pastor Ulmer, and making friends with the locals and the family there, and writing the last chapters of Noli in Wilhelmsfeld and Heidelberg, where he studied for his mother's eye operation, but moving to Berlin in an all-female institution to publish the Noli Me Tangere. Lit, right? Hindi ko masabi in German eh. Oh, write it for me para tama in German. Even at the time, he selected a women's organization to publish the Noli Me Tangere. His journey influences the spirit with which the Philippines now steps into the oldest and the most prestigious global book trade. The belief that our stories and our aspirations extend meaning that exceeds our borders, and that the Filipino imagination has the potential to take root and grow anywhere in the world. In keeping with this spirit, before going on our journey in Frankfurt, we gather here in the National Library of the Philippines, which is an architectural creation of a national artist, Zaragoza, to launch the exhibition From Calamba to Frankfurt, Jose Rizal and the Frankfurt Book Fair. This exhibition, which I conceived together with Lisa, carefully, diligently curated by MHEP Commissioner Lisa Guerrero Nactil, allows us to reflect on Rizal's creative journey, his transformative years in Germany, the untold story of Noli Me Tangere in Rizal's own narration, and Rizal's gratitude to Pastor Ulmer and his family. And I am forever grateful to have met his grandson, Dr. Ulmer, who gave me a personal tour of the footsteps that Rizal took in the late 1800s, which I did in 2019. The letters present here, put together in this exhibit, remind us of the bonds of friendship and solidarity Rizal nurtured. Such are the foundations we still walk upon today, traversing from then to now, continuing a dialogue that Rizal started. At the center of our participation as a guest of honor is our 2,000 square meter Philippine pavilion, guided by the theme, The Imagination Equals the Air, curated by Dr. Patrick Flores, who's now based in Singapore, but we were able to convince him 2-3 years ago to join us in this project. Designed by Stanley Rees, the pavilion features narrative or native craftsmanship that uses rattan and bamboo to create spaces where old forms find new purpose, and tradition becomes a living canvas for imagination and connection. Over 500 book titles will be within reach amidst the work of Gadi Pastrana, Mervyn Alonso, and seminal artist David Medal, infusing the atmosphere of the pavilion with the emotions that stimulate curiosity and invite reflection. Throughout the week, there will be over 100 public talks, readings, performances that will engage with some of the world's most urgent questions, touching on topics such as human rights and democracy, climate change, children's literature, spirituality, race, and the spectrum of identity. Among the voices taking part is that of national artist Virgilio Almario, whose presence deepens the meaning of our program, affirming how Filipino literature shapes both our memory and our future. Filipino creativity will be felt in music and poetry, from artists such as the Cuerdas Filipinas, the Magical Singers, our national living treasure, Rosie Sula, and performers who connect our past and our present. Our presence will extend far beyond the pavilion. We have a Philippines stand like all other countries, but larger this year. And throughout Frankfurt and throughout Germany and Europe, Philippine art, literature, and film will spark new conversations through museum partnerships, literary festivals, readings, and exhibitions. We will provide the media and the Filipino people and the Filipinos in Europe and all over the world all the literary programs, the cultural programs happening in small bookstores, in museums, in spaces never heard or never visited before. It's an out-of-the-box approach which our team conceived of and implemented. Really, it's unimaginable what we've done. We sat down for several hours, which we do very often. It's amazing, if I can say. So it's not just the 2,000 square meter pavilion or our stand. Outside of the halls of the Messe, you'll see and hear and connect with our authors, publishers, poets, artists, cultural workers, national artists, young comic illustrators and writers. So that's never happened, I think, in the history of our country. We go to Frankfurt not in search of approval, but to share with the world our stories that smell like sapalita and sound like our indigenous chants. Tales that taste like adobo and feel like warm rain on thirsty fields. We offer narratives rooted in our soul, narratives on bayanihan that provide models for community resilience, narratives of colonial survival, suggesting blueprints for decolonizing consciousness, and narratives of environmental stewardship leading to pathways towards sustainable living. When we finally emerge and witness the Philippine Pavilion untold, unfolding in Frankfurt this coming October 14 to 19, welcoming audiences from 92 countries, engaging with Filipino stories, and watch our writers share stages with some of the world's greatest literary figures. I want you to remember that it all began with my imagination, maybe with Rizal's imagination in 1886, and the belief that our stories have the right to claim the world's attention and recognition. The imagination peoples the air, and we are ready to breathe new life into the world's understanding of what Philippine literature means. Ours is not just beautiful stories, but essential ones that the world needs to hear, engage with, understand, and appreciate. So, we welcome you to Calamba, to Frankfurt, which is part of our press conference today. We welcome you to the timeline from the first time that we participated long ago and absent for a long time, then participated again with a humble stand in 2015. And we welcome you to Frankfurt, those who can, but everything will be available online. And we will not stop after Frankfurt. After setting this on the world stage, we will continue to support the publishing industry, our authors to tell our stories, our comic book illustrators, the youths who are so talented, and much, much more. So I'm grateful to the Philippine media for coming today. We would be happy to answer questions, and if and when needed, I would ask anyone from the GOH Guest of Honor core team to answer the questions. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me as our imagination peoples the air. Salamat po.
Let's give another big round of applause to Senator Ligarda. Ma'am, from the bottom of the hearts of all the Filipinos and those attending here, maraming salamat din po for leading us to the Frankfurt Book Fair and for putting the Philippines as the guest of honor. Nabanggit po kanina ni Senator Ligarda na bawat member ng media ay magbabasa ng linya ng To the Flowers of Heidelberg. So iisa-isahin po ang mga pangalan ng mga naibigay na sa akin ngayon. Sige ma'am. Yes ma'am. But we would like to acknowledge the presence of the media team, of members that we have here this morning. Alia Panasan of the Diaries, Ruel Manipon, and Danny Vivas of the Daily Tribune, Jan Celiona of ABS-CBN.com, George Huid of the Manila Stories, Jerome of the Philippine Information Agency Manila, Roy Arason of the Manila Bulletin, Lito Helidon of the Banawat, Lionel Quillo of Visaya Magazine, Teddy Pelaez, our event observer, Pai Gonzaga of the Rolling Stone, Liza Lee of the Manila Standard, Paolo de la Cruz of People Asia, Chris Gavion of Nego Centro Media, Luis Kalingan of the Daily Tribune, and we also have Maiki Magulang, Mona Velus, and A.A. Patawaran with us this morning. Sa mga hindi ko po nabanggit, kukunin ko na lamang po ang mga pangalan. The floor is now open for the questions to our Honorable Senator and to the members of the PhilGOH team. Sino po ang gustong magsimula? We have our microphones also in the audience area so that we can start with questions para po sa ating lahat. Yes, ma'am, kindly state your name and the organization you're representing. Thank you po.
Pai Gonzaga, Rolling Stone, Philippines. With this kind of, as you know, you bring the Philippines to Frankfurt, do you have any intention or any plans to bring that sort of programming back here to the Philippines, doing something of that scale dito in the future?
The Frankfurt Book Fair happens every year, and as the guest of honor, it means that we are the featured country with a pavilion aside from the Philippines stand. And this is really for rights trading, for publishers to be able to sell books and rights. It is a trade exhibition, an exchange. It is for business, for countries and for the private sector. Okay. So, aside from that, we have our Philippines stand. Well, we have collateral events as well, side events outside of the messe and all of that. Obviously, we cannot replicate the Frankfurt Book Fair in the Philippines because that is a private corporation's program which happens every year. But the support that we will give the publishing industry through the National Book Development Board will continue. The follow-ups on rights trading, the follow-ups on everything that will be open to our publishers will be supported. As far as I'm concerned, as a government elected official, through the National Book Development Board and through the other agencies of government. Unlike the Venice Biennale, where we participate, it's a Bayinya, architecture and art, we are able to bring the pavilion to the place where it emanated or that inspired it. This is not a pavilion for aesthetic appreciation. This is the biggest book fair in the world and the largest for work trading so that it can contribute to our national GDP, right? So the bringing back to the Philippines will be in pesos and cents. will be on opportunities for our authors to be translated in different languages, for titles to be bought, for publications to be translated and printed more, not just in Europe but all over the world, so that it will not stop after the turnover from the Philippines to Czech Republic on October 19, because last year was a turnover from, was it Italy, to the Philippines. Yes. So in answer, short answer, I give you my, yes, we will continue to support, not just aesthetically, but in the income, hopefully, that the publishers and the writers and the opportunities it will open to them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pai. Thank you, ma'am, for that answer. May we have another question from the members of the press?
May I also share with our friends from the media the timeline, which should have been shared by now. You have a soft and hard copy of the timeline in the press kit, so that you see the hard work and yes, and all the other book fairs participated in by the Philippine government.
Hello, I'm Luis Gaynor from the UGU. Could you share details on how authors, publishers, and creatives across the Philippines were selected and involved?
Oh, it was not my office, definitely, that selected them. It was a team, the GOH core team, and the National Book Development Board is in charge of the literary aspect, while the art and culture aspect is the NCCA. I know that there was an open call, like what we did in the Venice Biennale. Like we did not just select them, but perhaps Charisse Tugade can explain. But I know there was an open call, right? The open call, would you like to elaborate on the process? Just maybe very brief. Yeah, you can stand. And Charisse Tugade is the executive director of the National Book Development Board. I made sure that that's the reason why we have the GOH core team. And I said, your model is what I did in the Venice Biennale, where we have the PAVB, the Philippine Arts in Venice Biennale, where we do not select the artist and the curator, okay, go to Venice, is your ticket. No, it's an open call every year. And the same kind of open call model was done by the NBDB and the core team.
Thank you very much. So, your question was regarding the delegates and how they were chosen. So we went through a rigorous call in January, and what happened is we asked the public and the publishers if they would like to join the Frankfurt Book Fair and if they have viable titles for rights trade. So the Frankfurt Book Fair is a rights trading fair, as opposed to, let's say, the Manila International Book Fair, which is next week, if you can pass by. The Frankfurt Book Fair is rights trading. So there are certain titles that are good for the global market and good for different territories. So we sell to different territories around the world. So we did an open call and we asked the publishers what books would they like to sell and if they are viable. And we asked them to nominate 3 creatives that they would like to bring with them to help them push their titles abroad. And that went through a rigorous process with the core team. And yeah, so now we have 52 publishing houses that are joining us for the Frankfurt Book Festival program.
Thank you, Charisse. I'd like to, of course, introduce Karina Bolasco, who brought this to my imagination 10 years ago. Yes, Karina is in charge of everything in the literary realm. So please explain how the books were selected, the authors, publishers, just a short process.
The books. We have an exhibition of the best 500 books in the last 50 or 60 years. We formed a body, a committee of 10 experts in the various fields who followed the releases of these books. So that will be on exhibition at the pavilion. For the rest of the delegates, we have, apart from the 52 publishing houses and their nominated in-house and authors that they decided to bring. We also have about 20 plus, I think 25 authors who have German editions this year, this October. So these authors, automatically, we were committed to bring them to Germany because we told our German publisher partners that we will bring them 2 days before and 2 days after the fair so that they can help in the promotion of the books. So these authors will have book signings, readings, they will do workshops, they will even participate in festivals.
Maybe you can name some of the authors with German editions of it.
Okay, like Jose Del Isay, 2 of his novels have been translated to German. We also have Jessica Safra, Dari Delgado, Ina Tovera, and Grace Naposcos, Candy Corday, who's based in London, and a lot of the graphic novelists headed by Bachet Tan, and J. Ignacio Ren Galeno, whose work was translated into 8 languages already, and Paulo Heras. So a lot of this. And the rest of the delegates, because we want to show the pavilion as a showcase of, actually we are telling the Filipino communities to come because this is especially the second generation, because this will be an education of their history, heritage, arts and culture, and specifically literature. So the rest of the delegates cover topics that only they can cover, so we added them to the list of the delegates. We invited them to join us.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So as you can see, it's not a matter of having a Philippine stand, having the books there. Okay, look at the books, buy some books. It is not just a 2,000 square meter pavilion, which will be beautiful because it's curated by Dr. Patrick Flores. We could have just had the books, okay, but I wanted it also contemporary art. I wanted Dr. Patrick Flores to show what we do in the Venice Biennale, we can do it as well. So it will be aesthetically beautiful, I'm certain, but it will have also the works of authors who already have their translations even before they were selected. In fact, that's the reason why some of them were selected. Thank you for that, Freddie. Ambassador.
Our ambassador has a question. Sir.
Another question. Thank you very much. I have another question because I think I leave that to the journalists, but I'm here also to thank Senator Delgado for her initiative. Without her, I swear you, that would not have been possible. So having the Philippines in Germany as the guest of honor of the book fair is of course also for me as the German ambassador to the Philippines definitely a highlight. It's very important. It's a highlight in our bilateral relations. Last year we had the president in Germany, and I do not exaggerate if I say that this year the highlight is definitely the fact that the Philippines are the guest of honor at the Frankfurt Book Fair. I know how much I'm here since 2 years, how much you can offer to the world, how much the Philippines can offer to the world in art, in literature, in culture, and the fact you have been chosen to be the guest of honor is definitely well deserved. We see here all around Neil Rizal, international hero, with the close connection he has to Germany, and also thanks to Senator Delgado. This is a heritage that is very much cultivated and will be cultivated on the book fair. So the German government is very happy to have you as the guest of honor, even if the Frankfurt Book Fair, as it was already pointed out, is not a government-run show, but it's a private organization. This is very important to mention. But with all the support of the German government, and of course the German government will be present at the opening ceremony of the book fair, as will be Senator Delgado. And again, congratulations, and I'm sure this will allow the Philippines to even more become known to the world with all the culture, with all the rich things you have to offer. So I'm happy to look forward to the Frankfurt Book Fair and the Philippines' role as the guest of honor from October 14 to 19 in Frankfurt, in Germany. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for your kind words. Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador. May we have some questions from the members of the media? We have the microphone, please. Thank you.
Hi. Good morning. One simple question I just want to ask, much from Manila Building myself. I would like to ask, what are some of the other countries, perhaps other than Frankfurt, that we are eyeing for in the future that we could possibly do these kinds of collaborations with?
I focus first on doing the Frankfurt Book Fair. Our participation in other book fairs has happened. As I mentioned, there was London, Bologna, we had Leipzig outside, which a GOH team also did. I think if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to announce it. I was informed that we're being invited to be guest of honor in another book fair next year, but that would depend on the fiscal space or on the budget. I should not announce it because there's an invitation. Okay, I don't want to announce it because if I don't give them the funding they're asking for, they cannot participate. So if I announce it, that means I'm forced to give them the budget. And we haven't started the budget deliberation. What if it's asked or deleted in the bicameral? Yes, but there are others. It may not be as big because the Frankfurt Book Fair really is the largest. Is the largest. So we're only the second ASEAN nation. Indonesia was a guest of honor 10 years ago. 10 years ago.
Hi, Senator Lauren. I'm Paolo from Indonesia.
Hi,
Senator, what does being a guest of honor at the biggest book fair in the world say about the state of Filipino publishing today?
Well, it means that we are giving the much needed boost and support to our publishers. For so long, our publishers felt that they were, how do I put it diplomatically, abandoned by government. That's what Karina told me 10 years ago. Walang tulong ang gobyerno, kami-kami lang, and they pay their way, mag-aambag sila para sa maliit na stand. And I felt, with 100 million population, now over that, with being an archipelago, how can I allow that to happen? Why is the Philippines not there with our literaries, our authors, our poets, the publishing industry, which is part of the creative industries, which could contribute largely to our local economy, our domestic economy? It's worth trying. So it means so much. So we do this in partnership, of course, with the agencies of government. And I can say it seemed impossible. Even I thought it seemed not probable. And I'll just tell you this. The budget for this year was cut in the BICAM. And I was shocked because it was my amendment. So I had to have an emergency meeting with the agencies of government and trying to do what I could, but the budget was cut. So, but I don't want to focus on that. All I'm saying is that pag may problema, we find a solution. So, what does it mean? We want to amplify the global viability of Philippine literature and the creative industries. We want to present a multi-layered narrative of Filipino identity through storytelling, even of design, of our cultural dialogue. We want to grow international publishing and creative investments through rights sales, which is the primary role of the book fair, licensing and partnerships. I think later I'll ask Annie Almario to talk about engagements and partnerships. You're in charge of that, right, Annie? Yes. To saturate new and emerging markets with Philippine content. We want to foster long-term international relationships across the literary, academic, and cultural sectors while upscaling the capacity and the global competitiveness of Philippine publishing bonding and cross-sector collaboration. And because I think this has never been done before. In short, tagalungin ko na, walang pumapansin. Tanong nyo sa dating NBTP at yung NBTP ngayon, wala naman politiko o government official na pumapansin. Bakit hindi pansinin? Ito ang parte ng ating pagka-Pilipino. Right? So, I said 10 years ago, it's worth giving it a try because I believe so much in the potential. So here we are, nasa bisperas ng World Fair, at the cusp, correct, of the Frankfurt Fair. So all of those and more are hopefully going to be achieved through our presence as guests of honor country. And I'd like to share this with you. I cannot read all because I'm dami. This will really excite you. This is not confidential. We will bombard you, soft and hard copy, of all the activities. So this is the work that we are doing, the GOH core team. Not just in the Messe, outside of Frankfurt. How interesting. You have Butch Dalisa, Jessica Safra, so many of our authors talking in independent book spaces. Hindi yung mga magagalan, malalaki na pipuntahan lahat ng turista, hindi. At saka libre yung ibang spaces, they gave it to us. Ang dami, ma-excite kayo. Yun lang nga, hindi ko kayang bayaran ng airfare ng lahat. Pero I think it is so exciting. So from the proscenium stage to the arena stage, even outside, up to Berlin may nangyari, up to different Kidlat Tahimik, our national artist will have a talk even before October 14, on October 10. There's a Kidlat Tahimik artist talk. There's Nick De Ocampo. There's there's just so much. So, and we did not limit it to the literary. We included arts and culture and heritage and contemporary art. So the Philippines is entering Frankfurt. To use a cliche with a bag. It's not starting on the 13th. It started early this year, since January. We've had activities. So last year, February. So early this year, we already had in Heidelberg. So I'm not sure if other countries, if Italy did that, if Indonesia did that 10 years ago. But here, when I brought the team together, the imagination just came about, and I couldn't keep up with all the activities and opportunities for our authors, publishers, literaries, the academy, the youth, who never had this opportunity before. It's really a chance of a lifetime. Doors were opening for our country.
Thank you for that, ma'am, and thank you to the questions of Paula and Watch earlier. Do we have another question? First set of questions from the members of the media.
So bigyan natin sila ng open.
Yes, ma'am.
Super dami. Nakakatuwa. Tapos bigyan rin natin ng kopya mula nung simula, February, mas kitapos na. Para makita nila yung i-upload natin sa website para makita. Maraming trabaho.
Do we still have questions from the members of the media? Or members of the press? Magbibigyan din ho ng pagkakataon na magtanong tayo sa lahat ng members ng PhilGOH. We will have an area for them later dito sa kanang bahagi ng National Library. If you have specific questions, or if you'd like to ask questions from the members of the PhilGOH core team, makikita po natin sila mamaya ng mga konti.
I'd like to ask Chair Tino Manalo to say a few words, on behalf of the National Commission for Culture and the Arts and the support that he gives.
I think yung importante dito
importante din na makita dito is that this is part of an overall ongoing program, part of the vision of Senator Legarda na mag-promote talaga yung arts globally. No? Kaya hindi lang ito ginagawa ng Senator Legarda at ng grupo natin. Hindi lang ito sa Frankfurt Book Fair, hindi lang pati sa Biennale sa Venice, yun naman ang mga visual arts, architecture. Dito naman, literature and literary arts. So sabay-sabay yan kasi hindi sapat kapag meron ka ng production, kailangan meron ng marketing and exposure. So we're very grateful for all of this. We'd like to thank you.
Thank you, Chelino. May pagkakataon po, meron siyang lugar. Yes, you can ask Annie Almario is in charge of public engagements. Publishers and creatives engagement. And for translations, si Benny Santa Romana Cruz, then nagsalita na kanina si Charis at si Karina kung gusto nyo makausap. Salamat kay Lisa. She put together the Ulmer letters. Kung nakakatanong ko sa Ulmer, it's so interesting. Tumira doon si Jose Rizal, doon niya tinapos sa bahay ni Pastor Ulmer. Nandun ang letra ko. Binisita ko yung bahay nila noong 2019. Doon niya tinapos ang Noli Me Tangere. Pero even before that, dinonate na ng Ulmer family through the grandson, or yung grandson was doctor, the grandson, yung mga sulat ni Jose Rizal kay Ulmer. Kasi utang na loob niya yung libreng patitira sa kanya. Ito, just a little anecdote which is interesting. Who has read the Noli Me Tangere? All of us, right? Okay. Sino po ang makakapagsabi ano ang nasa unang pahina ng Noli Me Tangere? Kung sino sa media ay ako personal round trip sa Frankfurt. Bawal mag-Google. Okay, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Baka nakita na.
By German enemies, it's entitled The Ghost of Shakespeare. Shakespeare's Ghost.
Siya na pala. Teka, si Lisa pala. Linigay pala, siya po. At least honest siya. At least honest po kayo, sinabi niyo na basa na. Yun na nga. Sige. So yung flight, ano na lang sa Cebu. Sige. Ganito po. Is it not interesting to note that on the title page of Noli Me Tangere, there is a Friedrich Schiller quotation of the Shakespeare's Ghosts, which Rizal translated to Spanish on the first page. Honestly, I did not know that until a few months ago when Lisa showed it to me. And when I mentioned it to some of our friends who are also quite knowledgeable, we did not realize it. Maybe not all Nolis have that on the first page, but the original Noli of the National Library has that, right? So, isn't it like serendipitous? The title of Noli, and then you have Friedrich Schiller, who's a renowned German philosopher, poet, writer, literary, and the statements or the lines were translated to Spanish. We have a translation here in English and Filipino. And what do those lines mean? May subliminal content na naman yan to incite our people to revolt against our colonizers. It's just so interesting. Yeah. At tapos kahapon pala ito last na. Sa hearing ko sa Arts and Culture, ang KWM, anong sinabi ni William Bell? Rizal also translated William Tell of Schiller again. Schiller. So, you need to look up to Friedrich Schiller. I think he should have a corner in our pavilion. But I'm not a curator, so Anyway, maraming salamat po. Yes, and thank you again to Lisa for curating Kalamba to Frankfurt. Hindi ko po titigilin to. I mean, I will not stop it on October 17. I think we should dapat umikot sa mga eskwelahan para maintindihan natin ang kahalaga ng Noli at ang connection niya sa Alemania. So, first Metro Manila schools, we can have it. Yes. Thank you very much. You can continue the conversations there in Thank you.
Yes, maraming salamat, Senator Ricardo. Mga kaibigan, hindi pa po tayo tapos dahil nabanggit natin kanina that complementing this press conference is the opening of the exhibition From Calamba to Frankfurt, Jose Rizal and the Frankfurt Book Fair Connection. Para bigyan tayo ng curatorial note patungkol sa exhibition natin na ito, palakpakan po natin ang National Historical Commission of the Philippines Commissioner and our curator, Ma'am Lisa Napio.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to say, Jose Rizal, can you imagine Jose Rizal was a Filipino writing in Spanish, being published in Germany, and sending the book back to the Philippines. So can you imagine if 138 years ago, he had Senator Legarda by his side? Imagine that he would have shortcut everything. Maybe the revolution would have happened sooner. If it was only for Senator Legarda, the NCCA, the NBDB, Karina Bolasco behind him. That's all I have to say. And then, well, we can play one video which the Senator prepared.
Jose Rizal in Germany. The Philippines and Germany have had a long, though mostly unnoticed, intertwined history. It is Jose Rizal, however, who would epitomize the Filipino in Germany. It was in Heidelberg that Rizal had come to learn the latest in eye surgery. Like Rizal, the Philippines will arrive in Germany at an important moment of world history, where conflict and prejudice, but also screens and AI meager the globe. Books, as Rizal reminds us, are necessary to nurture the critical thinking necessary to confront this world, especially for young minds fenced in by X and TikTok. Rizal had come to Heidelberg, a posh town an hour from Frankfurt, in pursuit of learning the latest tech in eye surgery. That was to be found in the cutting-edge Augen clinic that still dominates its main street. Heidelberg is and was no ordinary university town, and it is still an expensive town. Rizal's painfully small allowance from home, always late in coming, was stretched to the limit. Serendipitously, he would meet and befriend one of the most libertarian gentlemen in the area, Pastor Karl Ullmann, whose generous invitation for him to board at his home an hour or so outside Heidelberg would allow Rizal to stay and study in Germany.
With that, we now officially open the From Calamba to Frankfurt, the Jose Rizal and Frankfurt Book Fair exhibition. Commissioner Napil will be leading us in the tour of the exhibition. Also, we will Alright, so I think members of the media will be starting from the center here in the Noli. Yes. Also, we would like to remind the members of the media that we have the book buffet. You are allowed to get one book from our displays. Yes, and one book that have been translated to German already.